Hello, everybody. I was gonna say, you can say it back, it's okay. I know we're in the library, it's a little daunting. We usually have to be quiet, but this is the time that you can make a noise. So I'm gonna say it one more time. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. There it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Outspoken Saturdays here at the wonderful Boston Public Library at the Newsfeed Cafe. I am so happy to see you all here, and Happy New Year! Or if you're a weirdo like me, you don't really think that the new year starts until like really spring. Because that's when things start to, if you know, you know. You know, if you know, you know. Also, I want to just let y'all know that this is your time to shine. You are going to be on the cameras. Yes, wave to the camera, say hi, Mom. So this is a very productive show. We ask everybody to be very participatory. Can I get y'all to snap? Yes. Can I get y'all to clap? Nice and loud. Yes. Can I get a like you ate a really good piece of food? Can I get a yes? Can I get a go off, poet? I know that's right. Okay, with that being said, I think we're ready. I like the temperature check. I'm happy to see you all here. Once again, y'all know we are at the library, but we can also be very loud and proud. We like to keep the energy really, really high. So when I say snap, clap, and cheer, I mean it. Okay. Holidays are done. It looks like you all survived. Yes. With that being said, whether your break was cozy or chaotic, for some of us it was a little chaotic the most, maybe a little bit of both, take a break, sip your coffee, and soak in this beautiful artistic space because you've earned it. It's been a very tumultuous year for a lot of us, and we are now in community as we see each other. So I'm gonna have you all look at your neighbor and say, hey, neighbor. Y'all can do better than that. Say, hey, neighbor. That's it. Okay, I love that you all are waving to each other, too. For anyone who is new here, welcome to Outspoken Saturdays. This is a curated poetry show designed for poets to speak their truth, share their story, and celebrate what really matters to you. And yes, in case you did not know, that is GBH's slogan. All right, I think you've heard enough from me. My name is Amanda Shea. I will be your host for this afternoon. And with that being said, I want you to get all this energy up, right? I want you to clap as loud as you possibly can because we have 9 amazing poets on our shows for today. So give it up for the poets who have joined us today. And also remember, you all are on camera. So we're going to see if you're clapping or not. And I do call out. So if you're new to the show, I'll be like, why weren't you snapping? Like, I saw you not snapping. So with that being said, think of this as you are in our living room, and these poets up here are here to share their heart, their art, and their truth. This is a very vulnerable space. As an artist myself, it is very, very scary and very vulnerable to get up here and really just tell your truth in front of a bunch of people you do not know. So I want you to think of this as your living room, and if this is your favorite cousin up there dancing to Beyonce, or spitting a poem from Cornel West, or James Baldwin, or Maya Angelou, because trust me, these are legends in the making. So can I get a round of applause for our 9 Outspoken Saturday poets? With that being said, are y'all ready for our first Outspoken Saturday poet? Make some noise! Keep those hands clapping and keep that energy high for our first poet to the mic, Timothy Gager!
Hey everyone, I'm going to read 2 poems from a book that's coming out this year called These New Orbs, and it's orb themed. It's my 21st book. You want to find out more, timothygager.com. Heaven and hell, the earth is round. The sun rises in a sphere unfractured, brushing against the blue of earth, a raised god exalting the sky, its fire a wrath of air and ash. A spider spins a wave on a jostled lawn, each thread a trembling line, and the dew is not dew at all, just a covering, before the mist burns off. The berries in my yard, hung bulbs of deep sweetness, a frail, brief offering, each one a low hum of joy. Of the wind bursting in waves, rushing through the trees like a lover whose touch is an empty pain dying in the branches. Then afternoon curls its slow breath around me, the head too heavy for my shoulders, sinks into the indentation of a pillow, to nap that tastes like a memory too tired to forget. A firefly I woke to, her body a trembling lantern, drawing its light from the depths until she stopped and was gone. Like stars that learned too late and never meant to shine, floating in the wake of an indifferent song, lost in a noise too loud to hear our names, spoken above every planet, massive, cold, uncaring globes, their motions wrapped in elapsed myths. Remember when Venus fell in love with Mars? Remember me standing on Earth watching moons from a dim-lit porch, viewing you, a disk of arching silver hung in a lump in my throat at midnight. The second one is from the point of view of an orb. I suspend, float darkly, a pupil in this quiet, round, obvious light you can't reach. I see you missed me as you missed me the father, missed me the mother, missed me the friends, missing you, missing commas in this run-on sentence. You can't find gone if you ever looked. I am now levitating enough. Tears I feel. See you hold me in your scope. I am sailing one love, not two-dimensional. I am three-dimensional. I am four-dimensional. 5 a.m. haunting time when I touch your cheek. I am 5. I am the 5 senses. Olympic rings, Great Lakes, 5 fingers fanning, 5 toes spreading all on the kitchen floor where you are standing. Fondling 5 live rose petals, a flower, a rose, a point of a star, sees me, see you, love the stars which can't be seen, just as absence can't be tangible. Star, 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 see me. I believe you are expecting me. See love, feel love. You, love you. I feel love from you. One love, this.
Y'all give it up one more time for Timothy Gager. But wait, there's more. Y'all ready for our second Outspoken Saturday poet? Make some noise. Please keep those hands clapping for Kris Jeezii.
Hey, once again, I go by the name of Kris Jeezii. Thank you for everybody coming out. I'm gonna do one piece, it's called New Year. New Year, same heartbeat, different vision. I'm not waiting on January to save me. I've been reborn every time life tried to break me. Last year, left scars, but scars don't mean weak. They mean survive. I lost people I thought would be permanent. Found faith in moments I barely stayed alive. I watched the clock hit midnight. But time don't change you. Decisions do. So I'm walking into this year, not bringing excuses when I walk into something new. I'm done shrinking for rooms that never had space for my dreams. Done explaining my growth to people comfortable staying the same. This year, I'm praying different. Not for more, but for clarity. If it don't align with my purpose, it don't get access to me. I'm celebrating small wins, like waking up with hope in my chest, like choosing faith when fear's knocking, like knowing I gave my heart my best. New year, I ain't promising perfection, I'm promising effort, I'm promising growth. I'm promising I won't abandon myself just to keep others close. So if I move different, it's because I know my worth. And if I shine brighter, it's because I walked through that dark first. Here's to new chapters, new discipline, new grace. Same soul, upgraded my state. I came into this year knowing that I deserve my place. I don't look like what I've been through when you take a look at my face. So with that being said, don't come around if you ain't bringing peace to my space. Once again, I go by the name of Kris Jeezii. You can follow me on Instagram. That's KrisJeez and 2 I's. Once again, KrisJeez and 2 I's. Thank you, everybody.
Keep those hands going for Kris Jeezii. I try to tell y'all, these poets are absolutely incredible. Can I get a yeah? Can I get a hooty-hoo? Can I get a I know that's right? Period. With that being said, y'all ready for our next Outspoken Saturday? Poets say yeah, yeah. If you're ready, say yeah, yeah. Please put your hands together for Laura Nope. Because I always trip up on her last name. We ain't do it. Say it again, friend. Please give it up for Laura DiCaronimo!
My name is Laura DiCaronimo. Nobody ever gets it right because it is fake. I combined my last name with my husband, so no pressure on pronouncing fake words. I am a poet. I run the Openest Mic open mic series. Thank you. Honestly, though, if you're in North Central, if you're on Instagram, that's places you can find the Openest Mic. Anywho, my piece today is called Preformative Male. Change whatever gender you need to be appropriate for you. He says limbs instead of legs, like I'm supposed to trust him. Like I can't see the hungry animal drooling at the corners. Abhorring in others what I feel most deeply, dabbing at spittle, insubstantial napkin. The weakness of soft ice cracking underfoot. It won't hold. He says vexed instead of pissed off. But all I can see is how frantic his hands are, pawing through drawers, searching for green flags to wave. Does it count as a win when you craft your own crown? Distrustful of beacons I can see too clearly, examining refracted light through 1,000 different lenses, blinded. He says, you love me, and I'm not supposed to notice how different that is from I love you. Our only bond is my passion, mirrored. The room looks bigger, but it's empty. Thank you.
Love you guys. Happy New Year.
Y'all give it up one more time for Laura! But wait, there's still more. Are y'all ready for our next Outspoken Saturday Poet? Say yeah, yeah. Please put your hands together for Latina Bohemian. Hi, everyone.
everyone. How are you guys doing today? So I'm glad to be back here at Outspoken Saturdays, and I am going to do a poem about clarity. And the inspiration behind it was introspection, the fight when you're in chaos, and walking towards tranquility. So here is the clarity. Every midnight, overwhelmed minds have been sharp as icebergs. Then a ray of light formed in the view. Impulsive thoughts began to melt. Repression fought its way out of nervous system. Clarity trespassed and served justice for anxious individuals who were unhealed. Now they can think clearly. The next one that I'm going to be doing, that is my second piece, is a message to expectations. Perfection placed them on a pedestal where identity was hindered. They're not false imagery. They're owed an apology. They were deluded from seeing how astonishing their attributes and skin tones are. Perfectionism, you need to know that color is impactful. Thank you.
Once Latina said expectations, I was like, I feel that. Give it up one more time for Latina Bohemian. We're almost halfway through our program. Can I get a collective aw? Aw. I know it goes by so fast, right? But wait, there's more, so stay seated. I see some of y'all putting on your jackets. I don't know where you're going because we have 4 more speakers left. With that being said, let's get right on to our next speaker. Please put your hands together for Queen.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see everyone out today. Thanks for coming. I'm going to read a poem about aging. And I wrote this poem in 2008, before I was old enough to have any of these things happen to me. Everyone around me was older than me, and they were experiencing some of these things. But now I have begun to experience some of them. The poem is called Aging with Grace. When I was in my prime, I thought there was lots of time, but now there is an ache in these old bones. I can't keep up with Mrs. Jones. Started putting on weight and need to speed up my metabolic rate. From desserts, I must abstain. I'm trying not to go insane. Started putting on weight. Everything must be boiled or stewed. How can I enjoy eating my food? I went from salt to Mrs. Dash. I want to eat something with panache. My emotions are uncontrolled. 1 minute I'm hot, the next I'm cold. Don't know what will unfold. Sure can tell when you start to get old. My blood pressure's gone off scale. Tried to lower it, but to no avail. I broke my tooth. Now I can't chew. My bank account, I overdrew. I have TMJ and vertigo, bunions, and a hammer toe. What you're saying is unclear because I can't hear. And to my dismay, I forgot what I was going to say. My fingernails are brittle and my skin is dry. 4 times a day, I put drops in my eyes. I see my scalp, my hair is thin. I'm developing a double chin. I shrunk 1/2 inch of height. I don't sleep enough at night. I remember when TVs were black and white. Can you tell me how to log into a website? Middle of the day, I need a nap. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to snap. Increased risk of stroke and cancer. It takes longer for me to answer. I have to eat more fruit and fiber. AARP, yep, I'm a subscriber. Cataract surgeries and colonoscopies. I have to lower my cholesterol and my A1C. I wish I was still in my 20s. Shoulder bursitis, osteoarthritis. I started having panic attacks. I hope I'll be able to bounce back. I know when it's going to rain. That's my knee, it's a weather vane. Oh, the pain. The doctor says to use a cane. I used to run, jump, and do a flip. That was how I hurt my hip. I lost mobility in my knee joint. I complain, but what's the point? So this is how it's going to be. I need eyeglasses to see, to sit around drinking green tea and loading up on vitamin D. A baby aspirin every day, holding the doctors at bay, watching my hair turn gray, and keeping track of how much I weigh. It's not like it used to be. I have to work at staying healthy. I need to go the extra mile and remember to laugh and smile because attitude is the key and what will be, will be. So every day I turn a page in life's book at this older age, moving at a slower pace. It's a journey, not a race. Putting my best foot forward, I am aging with grace. Thank you. Henrietta Hodge is my Facebook page. That's how you find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for our queen. Next up to the mic, we have none other than Christie Beckwith.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christie Beckwith. You can find me on Instagram at The Hard Way Poems, all one word, because my grandmother used to say that I never did anything the easy way. The first poem I'm going to read is called Childhood Impressionism in 3 Sounds. Anybody else not from Massachusetts or Boston? Give me a little clap or a snap. All right, you're my people. I left the conservative evergreens, brushed the dust off my Pennsylvania roots, where the morning dove sings to the sun's defeat over the fog. There, every version of myself becomes a palm tree silhouette on the beige wall and a meal that Janet makes you eat, even if you already had. If you played sounds in a lineup, asking me to identify which was the chain on the porch swing, which the hinge on the front door, or the screen-slapping sound of cousins running outside to play. 30 years later, I wouldn't miss one. I take that back. I miss everyone. The fridge is the center of the house, its panels a collage of newspaper clippings, school photos, and every grandchild's contact information. Junk mail and crosswords litter the countertop. The first clue is a 4-letter word for intestines. Courage. Spill your G-U-T-S, guts, the nickname of my father Don and his father Don. That Don who has a tongue that never raises a white flag against the onslaught of living to witness 5 generations. Thank you. Second poem I'm going to read is called Intertwining. I had a workshop with Jane Hirschfield, and I was really blessed to be able to do that with her, and she's like a nature person, and I can't do nature poetry because I was raised in the city, and my mother was a single mother, and so I was examining looking at nature as someone who maybe lives on the outside of nature by always being an inside person. So this is called Intertwining in honor of Jane Hirschfield. The origins of my disconnection from the land are perhaps found in some disembodied temperament where I, as a child, waited for the loving eyes of an earthly mother. The daylight played a jealous sister, unwilling to yield its need for her toil. We lived on concrete that rested below the oaks. My mother's hands never softened the purplish hues of the hydrangea bush, and her eyes were too busy to see the way the midday sun dappled the ground with dancing half moons. The bulk of our laughter and leisure happened under starlight. And so it goes that the working women of my lineage regarded the land like a child, only noticing what changed after it played all day out of sight. Each of us had a moment where we stopped to really look and said, almost mournful, if only these eyes beheld your tender face for just a bit longer. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Christie Beckwith. I'm over here taking paparazzi shots of the poets and forgot to get up here. How we feeling? We feeling good? We feeling great? Can I get a yeah on this side of the room? Yeah. See, y'all didn't hear the prompt. On this side of the room, say yeah. My middle people, can you get a yeah? Yeah. That's the energy y'all giving after how loud they were over there. Let's try that one more time. People on the left, yeah. People in the middle, let's do it, yeah. I knew it. Y'all had it all the way together. With that being said, please put your hands together for our next Outspoken Saturday poet, Crassa!
Hi everyone. So this poem is about Amazon, and it is inspired from the Satpura's dense forest, written by Bhavani Prasad Misra from India continent. So hidden deep in the dense Amazon, at its center, unseen, unexplored, but the fragrance travels from north to south, from east to west, and fills each heart with love. Sun rays penetrate the thick layer of foliage just to fall on it. Her heart is so kind that she reflects each ray with a different refraction. Vinous airs makes birds, reptiles, and ocean waves compete to capture it, but the dense Amazon turns into the Great Wall of China and protects it, not because it is weak, but because it makes the Amazon unique in the universe. Because the Amazon dances every morning, upon seeing its beauty, a beauty different in the morning and different at night, soft and silky in the afternoon, and red and introvert in the evening, a beauty that charms sun rays in the morning and reptiles at night, a beauty that hugs all hearts on this earth. Thank you very much, and you can follow me on my Insta, Crassa889. Thanks.
Y'all give it up one more time for Crassa! Y'all, we are down to our last two poets for our January Outspoken Saturday. And I just first and foremost want to say and take one moment just to give all of the speakers today a round of applause. This is really scary with the cameras and the protesters outside. It can be a lot, you know? So I want to thank y'all for being an amazing audience thus far. So give yourselves a round of applause as well. Or a snap or a clap. It's whatever you want to do. With that being said, please welcome up next to our stage, Livvy!
Hi, everybody. The first piece I'm going to share today is a lineage poem called Practical Magic after the movie of the same title. God knows they love to vilify a resourceful woman. A stunning woman, cunning woman, don't think I won't make it work, woman. Unpalatable, her powers palpable, no one keeps that ego in check, kind of woman. She'll keep them vexed with a hypothetical hex, so they won't sour the salve in her spell. But I've seen the sacred in that pragmatic brand of magic. I come from women who take destiny doughy in their hands, need life and leaven love, even in the wake of death. When my grandmother, bereft from the theft of her husband by a snow-spun car, waded through widow's grief to graduate a nurse and navigate the needs of 3 kids under 9, that was practical magic. When my other grandmother, struck by the stealth of the bone marrow malady that stole her son at 16, still reached for the rosary, raised 2 boys in the echo of her first. That was practical magic. And when her sister, born before women, brandished the ballot, built a life unbetrothed because she refused to soften her spirit for the sake of a man, that was practical magic. And when she survived a century and a year, even as the world wilted and bloomed, how many times over again around her, even as she became in breath the vestige, in touch the testament to a time and people preserved only in the fragments of ephemeral memory, her laughter still spilled like dandelions down a hillside. That too was practical magic, because she knew after all that time she was still staring at the same ancient, iridescent moon. Thank you. I have one more piece for you all today. It's my most recent poem, so it does not have a title yet. I was not thinking about it in conversation with Practical Magic when I wrote it, but it turns out this one is about magic too, maybe me making some of my own this time. The second time I fell in love, it began and ended in rain. A 3-month refrain of pouring, pleading, ploying to make it work, my worth and appraisal. And I wonder what it takes to make a beauty and a baddie with a brain feel so plain. Why a $silver woman would ever settle for a 50-cent man. But I've spent most of my life trying to show how I can make my flesh confection, hot spun sugar and sweet lilac laughter lifts from my lungs, and in my hands a lather of love for men who wouldn't shine if I dipped them in moonlight. But there I stood, all sunbeam and gleaming, afraid they'd glimpse a glint only to forego my glow, and so I was eager to give it all away, until I'd have nothing left of me for me, indubitably, each part a parcel packed in crepe of cream and crimson. lace overlays, these ways I dressed myself in desire as if my bones laid bare weren't enough to shock the spirit, awestruck in wonder. How strange to waste magic on men too muddled in mediocrity to sense a creature of the cosmos before them, or too scared to slip into a life as light and lithe as a butterfly, but I was born to wear wings. And now I bear my own fruit. I am orchard, nectar, and vine, unbridled, brimming. I dance in abundance, savor pit and pith, better than the bitter shortcomings of men I used to place on my tongue. Thank you.
Y'all, give it up one more time for Livvy. This is her first time ever on the program. All of our speakers today are returning speakers, so I'm really, really proud to see somebody new come up here and do a new piece and have it memorized. Girl. With that being said, we are at our last Outspoken Saturday poet. Can I get a collective aww? Did you all have fun? Okay, so keep that energy high. That energy still there? We good? Snaps, snaps, snaps. Claps, claps, claps. Okay, cool, cool, cool. With that being said, please welcome up our last Outspoken Saturday for January 2026, Naya!
Hi, everybody. My name is Naya. Thank you for having me first. And I'm just grateful to be here. I have one poem for you all today. It's called Mrs. Wombniverse / Miss Yoni. It's like an ode to the divine feminine and the divine feminine rising. Very gender neutral, but yeah, I'm gonna go. Miss Yoni. You are my guiding light when my heart and my mind just can't seem to get it right. When I am at a loss of words, I hear you, I feel you, I worship you. In the past, you were a space I was taught to hate, taught to be ashamed of my death and rebirth cycles, taught to think that my cycle was something to be hidden and feared, leading me into the hands of greedy men with promises to hold you dear. Fighting the truth and reality as the illusions and fantasies fade, navigating my true emotions has me wondering if it was ever butterflies I felt, or just moths. Without you, I am lost. But with the resilience of the woman standing before you, I knew we would never completely fall off. Mrs. Wombniverse, thank you for your creative force. Thank you for your life source energy that conjures from within. Thank you for reminding me of my strength and power. Thank you for all the matriarchs who came before me. I love you, Mrs. Wombniverse. As we continue to grow, I surrender to your flow and your waters. One of the main reasons I have this beautiful glow. As I learn the true meaning of being a sensual being, a nurturer, residing in my feminine energy. If I was to neglect myself, the only one I would be hurting is you. So I start with me. I stand to break the shackles that have been placed on my maternal lineages. No, I will not stay in places that no longer serve me. No, I will not have children with men who desire only to be bonded with me by blood. And no, I would not let anyone or anything drain me of my precious energy. And no, I don't want your number, no, I don't want to give you mine either. Word to TLC, because we not messing with no scrubs. And I stand before you as a representation of all womb man to declare and decree freedom from any shackles and bondage self-imposed or placed by others on our hands, feet, and wombs. Moving with grace while standing on my boundaries. Something like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Because when it comes to protecting what I love, you will get stung, so don't try me. Thank you, Mrs. Wombniverse and Miss Yoni. Thank you for making it all clear to see that yes, it has always been me, but it's really always been we. With much love and gratitude. Thank you. Yay, thanks guys. And again, my name is Naya or Kanea. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Naya, NAYAA.MO_. I have some of my poems and other creative endeavors that I do, so I would love to see all of you. Thank you so much.
Y'all give it up one more time for Naya. Another newbie to the platform, which reminds me, if you are in the audience and you're like, I'm a poet, or you have a friend of a friend of a friend who does poetry and would love to be on our program, you can go right over to Olivia at our GBH table and sign up to be on the program. Every month we have about 9 today. We have about 8 curated poets who come up to our platform. And next month is especially special because it is Black History Month and we will be having a panel discussion before we get into the poets. I said especially special. Some of the poets are like, she said it twice. I heard y'all. With that being said, before y'all go and we end our afternoon, which makes me really want to cry every single time we have to leave here, I wanted to give you all a reminder that I host and curate. Oh, look at that on the screen. It looks so good. I'm sorry. Shout out to Liv, our graphic designer, for all of our free verse open mics. We curate a monthly open mic over at the Civic Pavilion, right where the famous cop slide is. Y'all know where the cop slide is at City Hall. So we're at the Civic Pavilion, January 22nd from 6 to 9. It's free entry. There's also free food, so we feed you as well, and we also feed you with poems. There is an open mic that starts at the top of the show, but what makes our mic a little bit different than what you've normally seen is that we feature a youth poet and an adult poet. All of the adult features are from other states. A lot of us don't travel as artists and we don't get to see what's really out there as far as styles and what people are doing. So with that being said, we have Lisa Marie Lovett hailing all the way from Atlanta for our feature this month. And if you know her, but you might also know her by her moniker Seasoned Dialogue, who has over 1 million followers on Instagram as we speak. And we have Ajari, who is an amazing, amazing youth artist who raps, does poetry, production, all of the things. And he's also one of our graduates of our program 617 Peak. So if you can come out, please do. It's a Thursday night. We'll get you in and get you out on time. And if you need additional information, you can go on over to our GBH table. Cool? Cool. With that being said, I want to thank every single person who has been in space and community with us today. It wouldn't be possible without all of these amazing, amazing poets, but also it wouldn't be amazing without you all. So give yourselves a round of applause for joining us this afternoon. Also, before we go, this is not on my script, but how many people are new here and this is the first time you've ever seen our program? Raise them high, raise them high. Oh, wow. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. Thank you so much for coming. We are here every first Saturday of the month. Of course, today is not the first Saturday, but you know, with the holidays and things like that, we wanted to make sure that we had everybody in attendance who were still in state and not traveling from the holidays. But we are here back February 7th, which is the day after my birthday. So we will be back here February 7th. And again, if you are interested in performing, please make sure that you sign up, okay? With that being said, can we give a round of applause for the Newsfeed Cafe for feeding us and nourishing our bodies, minds, and spirits today? Thank you so much. I also want to give a round of applause for the Boston Public Library for hosting us every single month. Give a big round of applause for the BPL. Also, this would not be possible without an amazing, incredible team that does all of the dazzle and razzle things that takes this program to run. So please give a round of applause for Maddie Geier. Maddie, poke your head out from the back. Please give a round of applause for Juan, José, Cadena, Duenas. Also give a round of applause for Olivia, Quercio. Hannah Thomas is not here, but we want to give love to Hannah Thomas. Lauren Herbert. And last but certainly not least, Sandra López Burke. We are going to take a group photo with all of the poets, so now is your time to shine. If you would like to speak to them, tell them that something like hit your spirit or that something that you loved from their poetry, please do so. We don't always have the opportunity after performing to give our love and our gratitude for the poets for sharing their art, so please take that moment to do so. Also follow them all on social media platforms. You would be surprised what word of mouth would do for somebody's career. So with that being said, take photos and connect with each and every one of the artists, and we'll see you next month. Bye.